A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Empress Ruby. I'm back again with another video, and I just want to give you a final commentary on the news update, news alert regarding the last video that I made regarding the last as in the couple in question, about the last video that I made regarding Jamie and Nikki. And I just want to sort of come back here and talk to you guys regarding also the comment response to that video that I have received. And I saw a lot of people, not even a lot of people, that video, a lot of people were in favor of whatever I was saying, because I pointed out some key important things that we as African women or Black women need to sort of understand when it comes to social media, things that are being portrayed to us here on the social media. Whether be it as in just the life that people portray to us on the social media. And a lot of some people obviously were upset because they are not happy. Some people were felt like it is not in my place to even make a video regarding that particular issue, as in regarding insinuations, or I did not spread any rumors. I just pointed out exactly the things that I have noted as a watcher, a commentator, or just somebody who reacts to celebrity news on YouTube. And I'm just sort of doing my job based on the things that we have been presented upon here on YouTube. And I really do understand that a lot of people also, not really, I don't know why I keep saying a lot of people, but not majority, like, let me just say, some women, or especially African women, Black women, were not really happy, because I think for so long they have always thought that the couple were relationship goals. And I know a lot of women, it came as a shock when this couple have, Jamie and Nikki, have announced finally that, as in they have finally came out and sort of made an announcement officially to tell their viewers that they are actually, the reason why they took a break, and it's all because they are going through separation, and they didn't give further, they didn't say anything further, but they just obviously say the things that we had been noticing. I mean, like sort of said the truth regarding those things that we had said. Some of us commentators who had already made videos regarding them, and like put 1, 2, 3 together, and so and just sort of insinuated that they were either getting a divorce, separating, or whatever, so today and at first I saw in the, because I follow Nikki, so I saw in her, I was kind of kept checking her updates to see, because she's not been very active on Instagram to post videos. Like the last picture she posted were the July pictures, but she sort of put little clips of videos showing a couple of few days. She keeps, posting a few things to show that she's okay, she's doing okay, but obviously she hasn't really showed much of herself, or they are not together as per the last update that she mentioned in her Instagram live. I don't know what is that called, is it Instagram TV or whatnot. So I know that in my last video, I read a couple of comments, as even that video I decided to put the comments mute, to disable the comments on that video, because people were just getting all upset, and people were trying to bash and trying to and I feel also that when I remove comments on the video, it basically makes people pay attention to exactly what is being said on the video, rather than fighting on the comment section and trying to throw stones at at whoever. At this point, it's very pointless to try to throw stones at people who are obviously just making videos to say what has been presented to us as commentators. And because I told you guys that when a relationship has been brought in public, it obviously the public scrutiny is going to be people are going to scrutinize the relationship. And just like Wendy Williams or Jenny Mai's relationship, when things were going haywire, obviously people had to put 1, 2, 3 together, and we had to have our say on it as people who are commentating on the social media. And I obviously was one of those people who commented. Anyway, let me just not blah 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 you guys and bore you guys to death. First of all, I saw somebody wrote and was insinuating that because obviously these two have not really told people the reason why they didn't come out with a video to tell people exactly why they are taking a break or why they are even separating to start with. They haven't. But a lot of people were insinuating and making a lot of rumors, obviously, about them, one of them cheating or whatnot. But I have seen people also are saying that putting the breaking, the reason why the relationship have broken, people watched their videos, and some people were saying, especially African women, they were pointing out that Jamie showed much more interest on Nikki, more than Nikki actually was not bothered about her husband. And I didn't see that. I saw that Nikki was quite a laid-back kind of a person, and she was not very out there, and she was not very outspoken. She was somebody who's more, like, I don't know, a bit like, not too much, what can I say, a bit reserved. And I just thought that was actually her personality. I didn't really see, because I don't think that this couple even showed people on videos that even if they fought or something was wrong in their videos or in their relationship, they really made a point to conceal, not to show people what is going on at all. So for me, I did not pick up that one. As I told you guys, that I stopped watching them I just didn't, I didn't find their videos interesting anymore. I feel like it was very repetitive, and the guy was just talking and talking, and things were just repetitive, so I didn't really find it interesting. And then also, I didn't find that they were actually like living the family dynamics, like the way like their lifestyle just seemed a little bit too rehearsed for me. And it just, like, for example, when you look at let me not get out of the point. I was saying that people were saying that Nikki is to blame for whatever happened, and because people were saying that she was being a bit cold, and somebody was pointed out in my comment section and was saying that that even she thinks that she was being very standoffish to an extent. The reason why she pointed that out was because she watched a couple of their videos, and she saw that she never let the guy have an opinion, or even like when it comes to when they were actually even decorating the house, that it was her say was the final say. She had a say in everything that was going on. She did not allow her husband to even make decisions based on the deco, how the deco was gonna, the home deco, how it was gonna, like, her say, everything was, she got the final say. And she felt like the person felt like that was a bit so standoffish, and make it seem like she was being very dominating and not letting the husband contribute to this project, the house building project. And I think for me, I didn't notice that. I'm not taking sides. and I didn't notice that. I didn't watch the vlogs where they were decorating their home, that I would say that I stopped watching them again. So I just know that Nikki has had a style when it comes to, like, she likes decorating, and I think she's very particular on how she likes her house to look like. And sometimes you study your man to know so well that your man has got no taste. So sometimes you take over based on, maybe because the things they choose are ridiculous, or I don't know. Like, sometimes, as especially in the African culture, women are the ones who make homes, as in, women decorate house. Decoration is always left for a woman, not for a man. So I think for her, it was very important for her to, the house to have more womanly touch. So maybe that is the reason why maybe she didn't like her husband's taste on the things he chose. And maybe she just wanted more of a womanly touch in that house. That is the reason why she didn't allow. I don't know. Maybe it's true that she could have at least made a little bit of compromising here and there to actually accommodate her husband's, opinions a little bit more when it comes to home decoration or building project. I don't know. I didn't notice that, to be honest. I just noticed that she's very particular on how she wanted her house to look like, especially from watching their videos from days before. I remember whenever they were decorating a house, she really liked to be the one who did a lot of decorating rather than her husband. And what else were people saying? Somebody else was saying that she was thinking that it could have been Duckie is Nikki's sister. She's the supermodel who might have contributed to them breaking up or something. And she did not say anything further, but she just said that it must have been Duckie. So I don't understand exactly the reason why people usually insinuate that Duckie had something to do with it. First of all, I think Duckie lives in the US, and this couple live in Australia. So I don't know how Duckie can have, I don't know, hand in their separation or in them breaking up. I don't understand why, but I do get that some people at times back when they first started vlogging, Duckie was always in their videos, and she's very bubbly and very touchy feely, like very bubbly, very overly friendly. Yeah, so people were starting to actually bash Duckie, and I think that is one of the things that she just made her not want to be in the videos anymore, because people were like sort of being very, very protective over the relationship itself, and felt like Duckie was being a bit too much, like a bit too touchy-feely or too comfortable around Jamie. But then I don't understand. I don't think that it is something to do with her, because if it was something to do with Duckie, obviously Nikki could have unfollowed her sister if her sister could have anything to do with it. And I don't understand why, because I think Duckie is not into white men, because she has always been dating black guys. And I also know that Nikki herself said that she was never initially interested in white guys. This is actually just a by the way. But I don't think I know that a lot of African women or black women who flock this couple's channel usually probably really, what am I saying, usually probably really fancy their relationships to an extent that they probably fancied Jamie, and they liked his piercing blue eyes or whatever. No, there was just something that maybe they had liked about him that they think was attractive. But to me, he's I don't know. I don't want to say anything negative there, but he might not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't think Duckie he would go for she would go for her sister's husband. Like, it's just not in many people. Yeah, like that's like the biggest taboo. And maybe the people who think that this must have been something that happened in this family might be putting their fear, direct fear, maybe something might have happened to them individually, where their own sisters might have snatched a husband or whatnot. But for me, even, I don't know, I really don't think this is the case, to be honest. So, and the way this couple also managed to hide their relationship, like that their relationship was going through like hardships, the way they managed to hide, it was very incredible, because nobody could even tell that anything was going on, apart from the last 3 videos that they made before they took a break. Nobody could even tell, to be honest. And again, something that I noticed was that, okay, this is something that to do with me. I'm not a very domesticated woman. Like, I like a clean place. I like to clean myself, because I live also by myself. I'll have my house but to myself, and I like a clean place, But I don't know. I feel like if I was to get married, I don't like to see. I don't know. There also something that made me, like, I just didn't wanna like to see that, the fact that she was always cleaning up, always like tidying up, always like being the one who is like breaking her back. And she was just like, really, like, to be honest, I feel like if you marry a woman, you don't marry her to be a housemaid. You marry her to be your partner. And I feel like if it is cleaning, they had enough money to get a cleaning lady sometimes to come and relieve her from her cleaning duties. That woman was just, apart from doing building work, apart from doing all these things, she was just like, and for me it's painful. It was just painful for me to watch her doing all these things. And people felt like that she is a wife goal. Like, honestly, I do not understand. Like, it reaches a point where even the strongest of strongest woman gets tired of doing house chores, a big house, cleaning, cooking, taking care of children. Like, sometimes I don't understand why people feel like that is a wife goal, for somebody to be married, to be stay-at-home mom who always cleans. And it for me, it just feels like slavish, to be honest. For me, it just feels like slavish. It was more like she was looking, the man was more looking for somebody who is a domestic, somebody, I don't understand, more than a wife. Because for me, in my, like, how I'm used in my culture, we hire housemaids because they are so cheap, there. And I obviously wouldn't say that is the same with Australia, because obviously they are so expensive there. But to me, what I like, a wife in our country, I'm Kenyan, a wife don't work like that in the house. A wife usually have a domestic worker. What she can do is probably cook for the husband, serve the husband, and probably partly take care and maybe bathing the children after she's come back from work or whatever she does. But you always find that the wife, even if she is a stay-at-home mom, she always have a helping hand, as in having somebody who cleans, tidies up and cleans after her wear, whether she takes a bit of light duties. But to me, maybe Nikki liked the fact that she had to work and break her back the way she did. But I don't think at some point it reaches a certain point where it's enough, and you just feel like it's too much at the end of the day. I just saw that, to be honest, in most of the videos, I don't understand. A lot of women were thinking that she was, this happy-go-lucky, she's whatever. But I just saw miserable, being so miserable. For me, to be honest, that is not my ideal of, when I think about wife, seeing myself as a wife, I don't see myself like that. I feel like she was being like, she wasn't happy. She was just miserable. Like, I don't know. This is just how I felt. And I know that a lot of people have their own opinion, might have something else to say about it, but that's just how I felt, in my opinion. And I also felt like she just was sort of a lot miserable. And maybe somebody else was saying that she didn't love the person, like the husband. as much as the husband loved him. Like you could see in her demeanor, you could see in her face, you could see in I don't know there, because if she didn't, then she really know how to hide it, to say. So obviously, again, to summarize, is that I saw at first, before I made the video, the last video that I made, I saw that obviously it was gonna be, I made that video because I had gathered a lot of information, or a lot of 1, 2, 3, to actually conclude that obviously these people are getting separated, being separated, and I mean, going through some sort of separation. And some of you are in your feelings, like you don't know these people just as much as you don't know me, for you to be in for you to be so much in your feelings over these things. These are things that happen, obviously a relationship breakup is like death of a family. And for somebody to say that I am happy now, that you are terribly, miserably wrong. And please take your frustration somewhere else, rather than coming to my video and saying that I am happy that they have broken up. I am happy. What does that have to do with me making this video? Or even nobody is ever, because karma is real, nobody will ever be happy for death of another person. This is a family that was, the children are involved and all that thing. You cannot tell me that I am happy over that. Obviously I am not. It's not something that I'm supposed to be celebrating. I'm just saying that for me making this video is not to mean that I am even happy for because they have. No, I am as much saddened, because for me, I put myself in her shoes. What if I was already, having a family and things were going well, and all of a sudden things just happened, that leading to the direction of us separating all of a sudden after 6 years of being married. Of course, that is something that is very sad. I put myself in her shoes as a woman, so I know that this is a very trying moment in their lives. And me making this video is just to tell you, to just let you guys know that I wish that in most of these families that bring their real reality, whatever, in their families on YouTube, I wish that some of these people would be real, and being real and being vulnerable, or even just filming real day to day, or even, let's say, family struggles. Like, for example, if I watch Patricia Bright. That is somebody I watch because she is not one of those people who will ever capitalize over the fact that she is married to a white man, or over the fact that she is in an interracial relationship. To her, it's very cringeworthy for her to even capitalize over that. That is the reason why she even closed her other YouTube channel, because she felt like the women's obsession over that channel was a bit too much, and she felt very uncomfortable by it. So that is the reason why she decided to close that channel. And when she makes videos, she comes and she says, I want to be real with you guys, because this is real life that we are talking about. She was saying about she was being asked questions. I'm sure Jamie and Nikki were asked so many questions regarding their family dynamic, for them to explain to people, the ups and downs, the whatever, or of relationships. But they chose, they chose a part that they wanted to show people, but other parts of the real life, they just didn't want to show the real lives in relationship. We are not saying that, obviously, nobody ever shows their down moments. Not many people like to show that. Not many people like to show failures on the social media. Everyone likes to show perfect picture, perfect everything, picture perfect. But I just wish that they could have taken a moment to come and like discuss family, convey family as a family is truly, without concealing anything, and without trying to play a certain, they could have, I don't know, like, it's very difficult. According to Patricia Bright, she just she talks about it. She says, we fight like any other couple fight. We shout at each other like any other couple would shout at each other. We have moments where we go up to a week without talking to each other, and during that moment we don't even have sex. And even when somebody asked her, since you had a baby, how has your romance life with your husband been? Is it the same or different? She said it's way different. Things became different. She even mentioned that when I was pregnant, there was no romance going on. Like it went, my libido went to zero. We were not having anything. But that is Patricia for you. It's like she is being real. That is the reason why I really like Patricia. She is being real. What happens in the relationships, not these things that we read in the novels that makes women become brainwashed and think that this is actually the way. What a lot of young women were looking at these people and they were saying, oh, this is the exactly what I want, not knowing that this is not what relationship is all about. This is the relationship is. And if this couple could not come on and just tell people, look, this is what relationship is and this is what happened and this is why the reason why we are taking a separation, or even come individually and just talk. No, but because they sell people a lie and they don't know how to face people with this lie and tell people this is what is happening, it's very embarrassing to them to even come to start with, even to start and explain to you guys what happened. That is the reason why it's so difficult for them to. They say that they cannot even, they try to film but they cannot film because everything was based on a lie. But a lot of women believed this. A lot of women, it's just ridiculous at this point. So anyway, you guys, I just hope that everything will work out. Everyone, each side will pick up themselves, dust themselves, and move on and raise those children in the rightful way. I mean, some people were saying that for the sake of the children, I wish they could stay together. Like for me, that is ridiculous. Like children, you cannot stay together if you are not getting along just because of children. That is the most stupid thing I've ever had, because children pick up on negative energy, and you would rather raise your children single-handedly than raising your child in a broken home where there's broken people are throwing parts and parts on each other, and there's a lot of quarrels and fights. Children will not be sane, will not even grow up to be sane human being in this type of a relationship. So I think it's for the best of the children, even for them to decide to live their life separate ways, to raise their life co-parent their children separate ways, so that at least it's even for the better of the children. So whatever happens, I know that God is on their side, and I know that everything will work out fine eventually. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you do like my video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.